Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of the 8th of February 2015. It has been revised from the 1st of February 1979. The title is To Use Your Churning Power is the Way to Defeat Maya. To use your churning power, to use your Manan Shakti is the way to defeat Maya. Bap Dada says, today, Bap Dada was looking at the various ways in which you children make effort. He was seeing your zeal and enthusiasm. He was seeing your umang and utsaah, and love for a meeting, and milan ki lagan. Your thoughts of love, your devotion in being constantly cooperative in a task, and the effort you make to break away from everyone else and forge all relationships with the one alone. On seeing all of these efforts, Bap Dada was pleased with you children, but as well as feeling love for you children, he also felt mercy for you. All of you are engaged in attaining your aim according to your capacity at an intense speed. You all have the same desire of going fast and coming first. Day and night, you are moving along with just this one concern. However, although all have the same aim, and you all have love for the one, and keep the companionship of the one, some of you are Mahavirs, whereas some are experiencing it to be hard work. Some are easy yogis, some are effort-making yogis, some are embodiments of all attainments, and some are very much engaged in trying to attain everything. Some are conquerors of Maya, whereas others are still busy in trying to overcome the obstacles of Maya. The sound coming from the minds of some is that they have attained everything, whereas the sound coming from the minds of others is that they are still trying to attain whatever it is they need. Some experience Baba's constant company, whereas others are still trying to make Baba their constant companion. On seeing all of this, Bap Dada felt mercy for those of you who are laboring. Why should the one father have two types of you children? For how much longer are you going to labor? You have received this blessed spiritual birth from Baba, the bestower of blessings. If, instead of constantly enjoying this birth, you are still spending it in laboring, then when do you think you are going to receive such a blessed birth again? Every second of this blessed birth is a beautiful moment for you to attain all attainments. So, instead of using such moments, do you still like to remain busy laboring? Or is it that you don't want to do that, but it just happens? Today, Bap Dada saw the particular reason why this happens. Even though you don't want this to happen, the main reason why it does is that you become influenced. What influences you? You know this very well. Although you know this, and even try to stop yourself from doing it, you still get caught up by it. It is because Maya comes in the form of Jani Jananhar, the one who knows all secrets. She knows that the main support of all of you Brahmin souls is the yoga of your intellect. She knows that it is only with your divine intellect's yoga that you're able to have a meeting with the Father. So, first of all, Maya attacks your intellect and makes it weak. How does she do this? Maya's special arrow is that of waste thoughts. She uses this arrow to weaken your divine intellect. Then, because it becomes weak, you are influenced. Weak ones are unable to do what they want. So, even though you want to do something, you are unable to do it. The reason for this is that you don't use the power that you have received from the Father, the Almighty Authority. The special power is the power of churning. You don't know how to use the power to churn. The power to churn is the nourishment to keep your intellect divine. When you don't have proper nourishment, you become weak. Then, because you are weak, you become influenced. The detailed expansion of the power to churn is vast, but you don't know the right method. From the moment you received your Brahmin birth, you also received very many titles directly from the Father. If these were to be listed, they would make a very big rosary. You had the practice of remembering these even on the path of devotion. Devotees remember these whilst turning each bead. On the path of devotion, you had the power to remember, and on the path of knowledge, you have the power of awareness. Since devotee souls don't forget their power and are able to attain temporary success through temporary methods, why do you knowledgeable souls forget how to use the method of your power of awareness? If you were to become aware of even one of your titles at Amrit Vela and continue to churn it, then, by using this power of churning, your intellect would remain constantly powerful. A powerful intellect cannot be attacked by Maya. That is, it cannot be influenced. That is the main reason why your intellect becomes weak. Therefore, the way to cure it is to increase your power of churning. Nowadays, eminent and educated people change their dress according to the duty they have to carry out and the place where they are. People even change the dress of your non-living idols. Even in your future deity form, you will have a different dress for a different task. This sanskar of your future is based on your present. The fashion and customs and systems of the present time will continue in the future golden age. They will also continue in your non-living idols. What is the custom and system of the confluence age? It is to remember your title according to the task you are carrying out. Brahmins of the confluence age are the most fashionable. They dress according to the time. Your form is your dress, as is your awareness, so is your attitude, and thus your vision and stage. It becomes your form. The fashion nowadays is for your jewelry to match your dress, for the color of your tilak, and the eye makeup to match it too. So, you Brahmins are the most fashionable. Therefore, now create such an awareness, attitude, and vision. Your awareness is your tilak, your vision is your eye makeup, and your attitude is your general makeup. Your attitude should be able to bring about whatever type of transformation you want. So, you are the constantly decorated spiritual images who are transforming the world. To have the power to churn means to remain aware of your titles, all of your forms, to remain aware of the decorations of all your virtues, to remain aware of all the points of happiness, to remain aware of all the points of spiritual intoxication, for your intellect to remain aware of the points of the Father, the Creator, for your intellect to remember the detailed knowledge of creation. Keep all the many points that you have experienced and attained by having remembrance in your consciousness. The method for increasing the power to churn is therefore so vast. You can churn whatever you want. You can choose whatever you like. Then, whilst churning, you will easily be able to remain in the stage of being totally absorbed in Baba's love. Then, instead of being influenced, you will always have with you the mantra that disciplines your mind, and you will thereby defeat Maya. Maya will surrender to you for all time. Your first devotee of the confluence age will be Maya. Only when you become a master god will she become your devotee. If you yourself are just a devotee, then whose devotee could Maya become? So, will you become a devotee or a master god? You have been told that the easy way to attain this is to increase your power to churn. Do you understand? Do those from the zones of Bengal and Bihar know how to decorate themselves? Just as you people know how to decorate the goddesses a lot, and you also know how to dress your non-living idols, do you know how to decorate yourselves in the same way? This zone has this specialty, which the Father loves very much. There are many such children. Who are they? They are the poor and innocent children of the Lord of Innocence. Both types of children are very much loved by the Father. This is why the group from the zone is very large. This zone has this specialty. There are so many different states within this zone. Nepal and Assam are also included in this. This is a bouquet of many varieties of flowers. Service is growing. You found the corporeal one there. So, that place is special, isn't it? When the government finds something special at a particular place, it makes that place important. And then, that place becomes very famous. It becomes part of history. Similarly, your place is also a special place in history of the Father. Later on, the importance of that place will be important to the whole world. Just as Delhi has its own specialty and Bombay has its own, so too that place will also have huge importance of its own. This is why, as you progress, that place will be known as an even more special place than it is known as today. You souls who live at that special place are also special. Together with that place, everyone will also speak of the fortune of all of you souls. Acha, to those who are constantly stable in their powerful form and make Maya, the enemy, their devotee, to those who are constantly decorated, to those who control Maya with the mantra that disciplines the mind, to those who remain powerful by having constant awareness, to the almighty souls, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. The spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Bapdada has 2 group meetings. The first one, the topic is, by making your every thought and deed equal to the Father's, you will attain the stage of a constant and easy yogi. Bapdada says, the most elevated place of the confluence age is the Father's heart throne. Those who sit on this throne claim a right to the throne of the world. Just as the Father is ever worthy of being worshipped, so you children will also become worthy of being worshipped, because only those who are equal would be merged in the heart. So, you souls are equal to the Father and are following Him, are you not? Do you experience the Father's consciousness to be your consciousness, the Father's virtues to be your virtues, and the Father's task to be your task? This is known as following the Father. Whatever thought you create or deed you perform, first of all, check whether it is equal to the Father's. When it is equal to the Father's, you will experience the stage of an easy yogi. You won't find it to be hard work at all. When you are in any difficult situation, bring the Father in front of you, and you will be able to transform that situation on the basis of you stabilizing in your original stage. No matter how delicate the situation of your country may be, when you stay under the canopy of the Father's protection, you will always remain as lovely and detached as a lotus. Do you remain constantly under the canopy of protection? When the Father comes as a server, He constantly serves you children with the canopy of His protection. As soon as you remember the Father, you will experience His companionship. It takes time to find the companionship of a bodily being, but the Father becomes present within a second. Even though you live far away, do you experience yourself to be a very close soul? The more you love someone, the closer that one will be to you. So, how close are you? You are close now, and also close in all 3 places. Wherever Brahmin souls place their feet, there will be other souls who are to become Brahmins there, which is why you have to go there. The Father constantly responds to the children who stay in remembrance, and He will continue to respond, because it is by having remembrance that you claim a right to all experiences. To give a lecture is not the only way to serve. You can also impress others with your experience. Speaking on a topic from your experience attracts others the most. You definitely do have to serve. And so, you should serve in whatever way you can. You have to claim marks in all subjects. If you are lacking even in one subject, how would you be able to pass with honors? Therefore, now cover all subjects. The second topic is, throughout the whole cycle, the confluence age is the only springtime. Bapdada says, do you consider yourselves to be constantly blooming, fragrant, spiritual roses of eternal spring? When spring comes, all the flowers are filled with color. They bloom and look very beautiful. So too, the conference age is the season of spring of the whole cycle, in which every soul, every flower comes into bloom. Do you experience yourself to be a constantly blooming spiritual rose? That is, a soul who is constantly in spiritual remembrance? Or, instead of becoming a flower, do you just remain a bud? A small bud is at first closed, and then it opens up and becomes a flower. Are you constantly in bloom, or do you sometimes bloom and sometimes remain a bud? A flower in constant bloom is one who attracts others even from a distance. Do you have such spirituality? Anyone who comes into contact with you should be attracted by your spiritual fragrance. You would only present to others a flower in bloom. So too, only flowers in bloom would surrender themselves to Bapdada. True devotees would never offer wilted flowers to their deities. They would offer the best flowers in bloom to deities. So, are you such spiritual roses in bloom that you can be offered to the Father? Always remember that you are the flowers of God's garden. The Father directly waters you flowers with love, and so you are so lucky. What does Bapdada constantly think on seeing each of you children? That each of you children should become a master of the world, not just a master of a state, but a master of the world. Who would become a master of the world? It would be those who are world benefactors. So, who are all of you? Are you going to rule the world, or just a state? Those who are going to rule the world will remain constantly stable in an unlimited stage. Their relationships, sanskars, and nature will all be unlimited, not limited. Do you give more time to your limited household or to the unlimited? What would happen if you want to become a master of the unlimited world, but give more of your time to the limited world? Those who are going to become the masters of the unlimited would definitely engage themselves in unlimited service. They would do their limited service for the sake of it, but their full attention would be on unlimited service. Serve by going into the unlimited. Bring about a new way of doing service. Put into practice the plans you have had in your heart for a long time. This year, make a plan that you have to open this many centers. Hands are also automatically emerging. Prepare hands locally. अच्छा, मीठे मीठे सिकिलदे बच्चों प्रति मात पिता बाप दादा का याद प्यार और गुड मॉर्निंग। रूहानी बाप की रूहानी बच्चों को नमस्ते। रूहानी बच्चों की रूहानी बाप दादा को याद प्यार और namaste. The blessing is, may you be seated on the heart throne, and by keeping your vow of having pure thoughts, transform your attitude. May you be seated on the heart throne, and by keeping your vow, by keeping your vrat of having pure thoughts, transform your attitude. transform your vritti. The explanation is, Bap Dada's heart throne is so pure that only constantly pure souls can be seated on it. Those who have impurity in their thoughts or go against the codes of conduct come down into the stage of descent instead of being seated on the heart throne. Therefore, first of all, transform your own attitude by keeping your vow of having pure thoughts. By transforming your attitude, the world, that is, your future life, will be transformed. The instant and visible fruit of pure and determined thoughts is Bap Dada's heart throne for all time. The slogan is, when you have all the powers with you, you have success without any obstacles. When you have all the powers with you, you have success without any obstacles. Om Shanti.